so in order for us to find a coordinate on a circle, we need to first understand how an equation for a circle works. So this is just the general form of the equation for a circle. So here, any extra information you get here will indicate how a circle is translated left or right. In this part of the equation, the values here will tell you how a circle is translated vertically, up or down, and this piece of information here just tells you what the radius of a circle is. So in this particular formula here, so if I just replace that with 16, for example, this will tell me that my circle is at the origin, because there's no extra information here, so that's really the same as having plus 0 here, like this. So there's no extra information, so it tells me that my circle is at the origin. So the center is here, and the radius, I just need to square root this to give me the radius. So the square root of 16 is 4, so it tells me my radius is 4, which means I'm going 4 down this way, 4 across on both sides. So my circle looks something like this. So for this particular circle, where this is the equation, to find the coordinate, say for example, of a point where, so this is 4 across here. If you want to find the coordinate for when x is equal to 2, so halfway through, if you want to find this coordinate here, all you need to do is you need to substitute in x is equal to 2 into our formula and solve for y. So when we do that, we replace x with 2, like that. And when I'm solving this, I get 4 plus y squared equals 16. I take 4 from both sides, which gives me, this will give me 12, and then I take a square root of 12 to get rid of that squared, and that gives me my y coordinate. So really this tells me that when x is equal to 2, my y coordinates are positive root 12 and negative root 12, because I have one coordinate here and one coordinate here for when x is equal to 2. So in this equation, we looked at a circle that is in the center, so where the origin is located. I'll just give you an example of when there is a little bit of translation, so movement around the origin. So for example, so the standard form is, this will tell me movement that is horizontal. This will tell me movement that is vertical. And once again, the square root of this, which is the opposite of a square, will just tell me the radius. So when I have an example where the equation is as follows, let's say plus 1 squared, y take away 2 squared equals 25. So this piece of information here tells me that the radius is equal to 5, because square root of 25 is 5. This piece of information tells me that I'm moving, so when I solve this, I make it equal to 0, and I solve for x, which means I need to minus 1 from both sides. This gives me x is equal to negative 1. So this tells me that the circle is moved over 1 to the left. Right? If it's positive, then it will tell me that it's moving 1 to the right. This bit of information tells me that So when I solve for y, that gives me y is equal to plus 2. So that tells me, because it's vertical translation, it tells me the centre is moving up by 2. So knowing this information, let me just do a quick sketch over here. So I've got the centre, which was originally at the origin, has moved over left by 1 and up by 2. So that's now the centre. And if its radius is 5, when I'm drawing this, I have to go 5 all the way around. So 5 this way will bring me to 7. 5 this way will bring me to -3 roughly. 5 this way is negative, this part would be -6. And 5 this way would be 4. So when I draw this circle, it's very wonky. I get something like this. And let's just say I wanted to find the coordinate. Let's say I wanted to find this point here, where y is equal to 2. So just a slightly different example. So when y is equal to 2, the y coordinate, we want to know what the x coordinate is equal to. So here, obviously, you're going to get, when y is equal to 2, you're going to get 2 answers, one on this side and one on this side. So in solving this, I'm just going to do it under here. In solving this, I'm just going to substitute y is equal to 2 into this equation here. So I have x plus 1 squared plus, and so the y coordinate that we're interested in is 2. 2 take away 2 using BODMAS, 2 take away 2 is 0, so 0 squared is just 0, so we're left with this, which is quite nice. And so when I'm solving this, I have x plus 1 squared equals 25. I'm going to square both sides, so when I square, I'm going to square root both sides to get rid of that squared. So when I square root both sides, I get plus minus 25. And then from here, I'm just going to remove that 1 by subtracting 1 from both sides. So I get x equals -1 plus minus root 25, which is really 5. So therefore, I get x is equal to -1 plus 5, which is 4, and -1 minus 5, which is -6. Which is really the numbers we had here anyhow. So we can write those coordinates as when x is 4, y is 2, and when x is -6, y is also 2 again. Let me know if you have any issues with that, or if something was unclear, and I'll respond as soon as possible. Thank you.